What is going on, everybody? This is Purple Parlor, episode 15. It is your boy SK. I'm here with Rap. No realistic Randy today. He's got some technical difficulties on his end, but we'll be sure to get him back next week. But we got a win to talk about. The Vikings are 8-2, and you know we're about to get right down to it right after this.
Facts. I say the same. I say the same. I say the same. All right.
What is going on, y'all? This is your boy SK. I'm here with my guy Rap, Mr. Vocal Vick himself. And you see we're missing our third companion here, our camaraderie, whatever they call it. What do they say? Camaraderie? Camaraderie.
Yeah.
Whatever they call it.
Compadre.
My bad.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah.
We're missing Realistic Randy tonight due to his technical difficulties. Maybe he might pop in if he gets them fixed, but I think he's having issues with his Wi-Fi and everything. But it's just going to be myself and my boy Raptor, like the good old days. We're throwing it back a little bit today.
Facts.
Throwing it back a little bit today.
Little throwback, man. Little throwback. Man, we feeling good, man. We feeling good, man. Let's get some quick shout-outs in here, man. You know what I mean? Since everybody in the building tonight, you know what I'm saying? Let's go, man. We got a pack house tonight, man. Appreciate everybody tapping in. We got Mr. Woosah. What's going on, man? Quiet Storm Weeze. I see you in the building. The Skull Broski, Skull Mafia. Barber Fade You Up. What's happening, man? Appreciate y'all tapping in. Vaughn, what's good? What's good, man? Hey, look, man, it's going to be a great show tonight. Mr. I Want to Mark, I see you in the building. Mark Phil, what's happening, man? We appreciate all y'all support. Let's get to this Vikings talk, man. If people pop in, y'all know, make them feel welcome. You already know what time it is. We all family, man. Let's get it, man. 8-2. Yeah, 8-2, baby. Let's go.
And I mean, I guess the initial question, yes, right? 8-2. How impressed were you with that victory, if at all, with beating the Titans the way we did?
I mean, shit, I was, you know, like I was happy. I'm happy, you know what I mean? Like I was like, I mean, I wish we would have beat them by more, but that's just me kind of being greedy. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I'm gonna be a little greedy. I'll take it though. I mean, a 10-point win in the NFL, regardless, is a pretty good win. You know what I mean? Most games ain't gonna have a 10-point spread on them. So you win by 10, man. You know, that's
on the road too.
Yeah, on the road. We had the refs on our team. You feel me? Like, let's go, man. Shout out the Zebras.
And I think it's kind of inflated with like us winning these games in these certain ways. I understand last week was different. We ended up winning 12-7, didn't score any touchdowns, had our struggles. This week, like for me, it was more so like we should have won this game. It wasn't a surprise, or I wasn't shocked. I wasn't surprised that we were struggling there for a little bit of time as well. But when you're comparing your games to what the Detroit Lions are doing to some teams and winning by 40 plus points and putting up 50 plus points in back-to-back games against these same teams, then obviously you compare the two and you're like, well, it's not that impressive. Look, a 10-point win on the road, regardless of the team in the NFL, it's still hard to do. A win's a win, and they all count the same. They all count as one win. So the Vikings are 8-2, man. We're right in the mix. We're obviously still in the mix for the NFC North. We're still in the mix for the number 1 seed. We're right there, man. Everything's out in front of us. So, look, you got to be happy. I hate to be the person that goes back and is like, hey, if I were to tell you at the beginning of the season, if we'd be 8-2, 10 games in, what would you say? And I'm gonna say it, like I would have said hell no.
Yeah.
Ain't no way we're 8-2. With the hard schedule we had, the first 5 games going into this year, and us sitting at 8-2 now, hey man, it feels good. And that's 3 wins in a row as well.
Yeah, we back streaking, man. We back streaking. You know, I like it, man. Three games, that's what you call streaking, man. You know, you can't really start the streak until you get 3 behind you. And we did that. You know, longest streak this season was 5, obviously, and then we dropped 2, and now we back to 3. So let's get it, man. Let's get 2 more. Let's get 3 more going. Really, let's break the first streak, man. I can see it happening too with the way our schedule's looking.
Yeah, and this was the the weak part of our schedule, quote unquote, is where we looked at this year, even before the season, before everything kind of played out with all these teams and everything. We looked at these 3 games: Colts, Jaguars, Titans, and we said those 3 gotta be wins. We gotta find those 3 wins right there. And
Yeah.
we took care of business. We did what we had to do. Now things get a little bit more tougher. Now, I understand the Bears are the Bears, the way they lost against the Packers last week, and we all hate the Bears. They're a divisional rival, but that's still going to be a tough game. We always struggle with the Bears. I don't care how good we are. We always seem to struggle with the Bears, and it's in Chicago as well. So that's going to be a real interesting game. But we'll get to the future schedule in a bit here. But I'll ask you this: who were you most impressed with in yesterday's game?
Sam Darnold. Sam
Big
Darnold,
Sammy
man.
D.
Sam Darnold. I mean, look, because we were going into the game, not that I expected him to be, I mean, it's Sam Darnold. So, like, usually when I go into Sundays, knowing that Sam Darnold's our quarterback, it's not like I'm sitting here expecting the world to start
Yeah.
with. But again, like, the way he was able to bounce back and not turn the ball over, we got to give him his props. We got to give him his props. And there were 2 plays in particular I've been talking about last night, and I talked about on a video today, was Jalen Naylor. What the hell? That was a throw, bruh. Between 2 defenders right in the basket.
Gotta catch that.
That changes a lot of, I mean, we're talking good about Sam right now, but if he catches that, the conversation even gets more electric. And then Justin Jefferson one-on-one. I mean, he put the ball up. Justin Jefferson had both hands on the ball, just couldn't come down with it. But that's another touchdown that Sammy really could have had. So
Yeah. No, I
Sam
mean,
Darnold been balling, man.
is
Balling
that
yesterday.
Sam Darnold or is that Big Sammy Vick right there? I mean,
Big Sammy was balling.
the way he was spinning out of some of these, these pockets, because to start this game, this offensive line was a little shaky, and that may have been because Reisner made his first start of the season. And I mean, the Tennessee Titans front is actually really good. That's the strength of their defense. If you want to look at any of them, they're really good against the run, and they're really good up front. So to start that game, our offensive line was a little shaky, and Sam had to make some plays with his feet, and that's exactly what he did. And what stood out to me with Sam is that you can tell he played with a chip on his shoulder this game. He can, I mean, with the game he put up last week, it was well known. We didn't have to tell him. Nobody had to rub it in his face. He was well aware he had a shitty game, and we should have won that game by a whole lot more if it wasn't for those 3 red zone turnovers. So he came into this game with a chip on his shoulder and said, I got to ball my ass off because, look, they're breathing down my neck right now. I just came off a bad game. It hasn't been the same the first 5 weeks as it is now. So he came out and he balled with a chip on his shoulder. He had a little extra energy, a little extra attitude that I like to see. And that's something you want to see out of your starting quarterback, is that he's resilient. He can bounce back off a bad performance. He can bounce back off a bad play, which, let's not forget, to start this game, we had a fumble. So we started this game off bad. We started this game off and, giving the ball up to the Tennessee Titans, which, playing bad teams, that's one thing you cannot do, is turn the ball over. When you turn the ball over, you give bad teams opportunities to win the game. So luckily we recovered, didn't have any turnovers outside of that. But the game started off shaky, and he was resilient enough to bounce back from that and have a really, really good game.
Yeah, no, for real. I'm gonna just be throughout the show. I'll pin some of y'all comments. But you know how we do, man. We gonna be just rambling on tonight. But I'll at least some of y'all comments, I'll put them up there and highlight them. So
y'all are taking Randy's place tonight.
Y'all taking Randy's
comments.
place. Your comments are taking Randy's place tonight. But
exactly.
Yeah, no, man, and Van Ginkel too, man. Yeah, I'm saying Van Ginkel's another one, man. What a pickup, man. I know we done said that 1,000 times, but god damn, what a pickup. What a pickup, man.
And there was actually something, I believe it was it Dustin Baker that posted on Twitter earlier today. The 3 highest graded Minnesota Vikings this year, at least on the defensive side of the ball, are, hold on, I pulled it up here. Where is it at? Just here it goes. Yeah, highest rated Vikings on defense so far this season. Number 1, Jonathan Grenard,
Yeah.
83.9. Number 2, Andrew Van Ginkel at 81.1. And number 3, Blake Cashman, 79.3. All off-season additions from Kwesi. I mean, we've done this on this show before already, but we got to give it up to Kwesi on these off-season moves, man, because
Yeah.
they are proven to make a huge difference for this defense. I mean, the only question now is, are we going to re-sign these guys after the season? Because I think Cashman's on a 2-year deal, right? Are they on a 1 or a
I can't
2-year
remember.
deal?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'll have to
I don't
look it
know.
up. But the
Yeah.
only question is, how long are they going to be here? Are we going to re-sign them? Are we going to give them extensions? Because they're
Right.
balling out of their mind right now. They
Yeah,
fit.
they
They look.
definitely balled.
Yeah, they look like they fit right in to the
Yeah.
Flores system. And I mean, probably if you ask these guys, they don't want to leave. They're all having career years. Van Ginkel, I believe, has eight sacks on the season. Grenard has 7 sacks on the season. Patrick Jones had another big game.
Shout out
Finally.
P. Jones, man. Yeah.
Yeah, which he kind of disappeared for a little bit there, but he came back, and I believe he had 2 sacks yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see.
He was
Yeah,
definitely
2
balling,
sacks.
man. Like man, and he got a game ball yesterday and well
Yep.
deserved, man. I don't think it's that he disappeared. Like, I know you said he disappeared, but he wasn't actually in the rotation. Brian
Yeah.
Flores has a way about how he uses his players, man, and he'll duck a play off. And it goes back to his initial introduction press conference where he told us this would happen. He said, "Look, man,
Mhm.
I treat every week as something different." Meaning he doesn't just because his scheme is a scheme, he doesn't just look at it like his scheme is a scheme and we're gonna just treat every week like, all right, we're playing the Giants. Now we're playing the 49ers. All right, we're doing the same exact thing. We're just going out there. He looks at it like, hey, Pat Jones, his play style fits better going up
Mhm.
against this team and the Tennessee Titans. Maybe we needed some bigger bodies or something like that. So that's why B Flow is so special too. That's why things are
Yeah.
happening the way they're happening, because he's very intentional on even the personnel that we use instead of just running the starting lineup out there. Because a
Yeah.
lot of teams, the starting lineup is the starting lineup.
That's
You know
it,
what
yeah.
I'm saying? It just is what it is. And we switching it up, man. So shout out to him, man. Pat Jones, a beast. I like him.
Yeah, he's basing it off matchups and
Right.
scheme, and
Yep.
that's exactly what good coaches do. Now, I obviously wanna see more Dallas Turner because you invested so much in the guy,
Yeah.
but at the same time, when you have success with the guys that you have out there with Patrick Jones and with Van Ginkel, with Jonathan Grenard, there's not much playing time for you to give to other people. So it's understandable. We can sit here, we can be happy about it now off a win. If we lose, then we're sitting here and we're looking at, why isn't Dallas Turner playing? And why isn't this and why isn't that? So there's a method behind the madness for sure. But you got to be happy with the guys that you got rushing the passer right now. Van Ginkel with 2 sacks yesterday.
Yeah.
Pat Jones with 2 sacks yesterday. Blake Cashman with a sack yesterday. I believe that was it. Yeah, 5 sacks on the day for the defense. You had a Harrison Smith interception at the end of the game that pretty much sealed it up for the most part.
Yeah.
So again, defense played great outside of giving up that 98-yard touchdown pass. And I believe there was one drive where Tennessee actually drove downfield and put up some points. Outside of those 2 drives or that one play and that one other drive, defense played lights out. Absolutely lights out. I believe they had 86 pass yards in the first half given up. And they gave up more than that in one play
Yeah.
for that 99-yard touchdown. So which again, when you're an aggressive defense like this, it happens. It sucks. It's nobody wants to be on any other team's highlight reel. That's gonna be the Titans play of the year, is that 98-yard touchdown pass. So you never want to be on a highlight reel, but it is what it is. When you have an
Yeah.
aggressive defense like this, you're gonna be left open for opportunities for offense. And they took advantage of it. Josh Metellus had a bad angle on the ball. It is what it is. You move on, you got your win, you adjust, and then you make sure it doesn't happen again. So defense played lights out, man. Brian Flores is in his bag again. And I'm excited to see this defense against the Bears too, against Caleb Williams and the Bears. I think I said there's going to be opportunities for turnovers against Will Levis, and there wasn't as much as I thought there would be. But Caleb Williams, there's definitely going to be opportunities for turnovers. So
Yeah.
I'm excited to see that matchup.
Yeah, me too, man. Because the Bears, they don't scare me at all. And I know, like, going into the season, they had a lot of hype around their defense too. But like, I ain't even worried about that. Like, to be honest with you, this game should be an easy win. But I know it's a division game and it's in
Never
Chicago.
an
And yes,
easy
those
win.
games. And yeah, for the Vikings, I mean, there's no such thing as an easy win. But when you look at the matchups and you look at the rosters, you're like, yo, like, this should be an easy win though. Like, we should go in there regardless of what their emblem on their sticker is, on their helmet is, and
Yep.
in the field we're playing on. You should just be able to go out there and handle business. Like, that's the reality. But the Vikings will make it interesting. But I got us getting the dub for sure. It's going to be a good game. I'm excited, man.
Yeah, but no matter how good you are, teams always struggle with divisional rivals. I mean, you can look across at, I mean, for example, the Philadelphia Eagles. They're always going to struggle with the Commanders, no matter how good or bad the Commanders are, no matter how good or bad the Philadelphia Eagles are. They're always going to struggle. They're always going to be in dogfights. That's exactly what our rivalry with the Chicago Bears is. It's, for the most part, always low scoring. It's always mucky, at least in Chicago. It's always mucky. It's always just a nasty bunch of field goals in the game, low scoring. So I honestly, I wouldn't expect much different in this upcoming game. I expect it to be low scoring, but again, we'll get to that preview of that game in a little bit. I know we're excited to talk about it, but outside of Sam Darnold and obviously the defensive pieces that we brought in this offseason that are balling out, 3 was finally free this week.
Yeah,
and I
man.
mean, he only got 3 catches for 61 yards, one of those for a touchdown. But he could add a second one as well. I believe he had a hamstring injury where he wasn't even able to run full speed. So maybe if he didn't have that hamstring injury and he was running full speed, he might have had another touchdown on the board. But
what's it looking like for him? Is he out? Is he going to be out for a couple weeks?
no, I think it was a minor. I don't think it was very serious, more precautionary than anything. But 3 is free, man. He was definitely free this game. I liked what I saw out of him. And I mean, obviously Justin Jefferson, 6 receptions, 81 yards, no touchdowns though. I'm still waiting on another Justin Jefferson touchdown. It's been like 4 or 5 weeks since we got one.
We need that. Yeah, we need that.
We need a gritty. We need a tough gritty in the end zone.
We need us a gritty. But I've always said this, man. JJ's not really a touchdown type of wide receiver, to be real, bro. He's really not. Like, you have certain wide receivers that just have a nose for the end zone, and then you have some that are just everything else. He's elite at, except for like getting in the end zone for some reason, and that's okay. You know what I mean? It's not a big deal. He scores.
That was Julio Jones. Julio Jones is that way.
Yeah,
he would always get stopped at the 1 yard line. He would have like 1,500 yards receiving for the season with like 2 touchdowns. He just didn't make any sense. But one thing that I'm happy with that aspect of it is that Justin Jefferson isn't a diva to where if he doesn't get in the end zone, he's not going to cry. He's not going to pout.
Right.
He's not going to talk about it after the game. I mean, we got another incident with Jamar Chase after the Chargers game where he's like, ask my coach. Don't ask me stupid questions, why we lose or why we did this or why we did that. Ask our coach why we lost. And so we don't have to worry about that with Justin Jefferson. Just win the damn game and the stats aren't going to matter to JJ. So happy with that. But Jordan, is 3 free officially? Can we say 3 is free?
I ain't gonna say he free officially, man, because of the quarterback situation, man. Like, listen, this game was this game, but it's game to game, man. Let's just keep it real, bro. Like, with the quarterback we have as Vikings fans, we just need to realize this shit gonna be game to game, week to week. Like, we might be having a whole different conversation next week. Like, for real. That's the thing. The consistency is just not there. And I don't expect it to start in week 12. You know what I mean? We damn near we more than halfway through the season. Nothing's going to change at this point. Listen, Sam Darnold, this is the truth. And this is reality. Sam Darnold had a good game on Sunday, right? No turnovers. It is not out of the round for Sam Darnold to go into Chicago on
Oh,
Sunday
man.
and throw
Yeah.
3 to 4 interceptions. It's not, bro.
Yeah.
It's really
Don't
not.
be surprised.
Yeah, like don't be surprised. That's all I'm saying, Vikings fans, man. You know what I mean? Like just
But
know
al
that it is a possibility.
but also don't be surprised if he goes out there and throws for 4 touchdowns and no
That too.
interceptions.
That's the thing. You just don't know with this motherfucker.
Hey.
But you do know that more likely than not, he's gonna turn the ball over more than he wouldn't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah, no, I mean, outside of this game, I think he's had 2 other games where he hasn't turned the ball over.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll take this type of game every week for the
Right.
rest of the season,
Right. Me
and you're
too.
gonna find yourself in a very good chance to win the games. But
Yeah.
one thing I'm really concerned about, and if we have any chance of making a run in the playoffs this year, is we got to get our run game together. I mean, I know, and I'm not comparing directly player to player from this year and last year, but our big thing last year was, hey, Alexander Madison, he's getting 2.5 yards a carry, 3 yards a carry. That's not enough. He can't get in the end zone. He can't do that. He can't read a hole. He can't do this. He can't do that. Well, our rushing offense isn't much better, at least in the red zone. Overall, I will give it. We've had games where we're over 120 yards rushing.
No, we a lot better than last year now. Last year, hell yeah.
But my thing is, I'm not comparing the players here. Maybe this is just a KOC issue. Like maybe the run game, as far as when it comes to inside the red zone, is a KOC issue, because this is 2 years in a row to where we're not running the ball well in the red zone. We do run the ball well, between the 20s when we need to. But besides yesterday we were atrocious running the ball. But I think this is more so a KOC thing than it is who's running the ball necessarily.
Right. I mean, I think who's running the ball has a little bit to do with some, because especially in the red zone, because in the red zone, we all know this, the field shrinks. Obviously, the field is shrink. So you have to really have vision as a running back in the red zone. Unless you're like, on the 3-yard line where it's just, you're kind of just pounding it in or some bullshit. But, if you're on the, 13, 14-yard line, 11-yard line, like you got to really be able to, because that field is very condensed at that moment. It's like playing backyard football at that point. You know what I mean?
Everybody's up in the box.
Yeah. So you gotta really have that vision. It is a little more difficult. And on top of that, I just think that KOC likes to. We all know this, man. He's a throw first head coach, man. This motherfucker want to throw the ball. He trying to get a passing touchdown before a rushing touchdown. You know what I mean? I'm surprised he ain't have Sam Darnold do a play action instead of the damn QB sneak. You know what I'm saying? Like, for sure. And then toss that motherfucker to Josh Oliver. Like, for real.
And just looking at our running backs, and look, I love Aaron Jones, and he's smooth. Like his running motion is just smooth. It doesn't look like he's running super fast. He's just really smooth with it. But Cam Akers looked like he had a lot more juice yesterday than Aaron Jones is. And his stats weren't very much better than Aaron Jones. They both average about 2.5 yards a carry. But it just seemed like Cam Akers had a little bit more juice. And I'm starting to worry about how far or how long is Aaron Jones going to last. I feel like he's getting beat up. I feel like he's slowing down a little bit. Because to start this year, he was looking great. He was he was hitting those corners. He's beating guys to the pylon. You're not necessarily seeing that now. So it could be a combination of KOC just not being very good at scheming up run plays.
Yeah.
And it also may be Aaron Jones. The season's kind of wearing on him. So, I mean, in my mind, I wouldn't sit him out for a game, but I definitely split the carries a whole lot more. Now, he had 15 carries in this game compared to Cam Akers' 10 carries, which it looks like that's kind of what they may be doing, but there may be a game here to where it's going to be more of a Cam Akers game than it is an Aaron Jones game. And that's more so for the longevity of Aaron Jones, because we're going to need Aaron Jones in the playoffs. If we don't have Aaron Jones in the playoffs, don't expect this team to go very far.
For real.
So it just looked like Cam had so much more juice yesterday.
And Barber said something earlier, man, where he said, maybe we should rest Aaron Jones, and I'm with that. Like you said, maybe not. You can't really sit him for a whole
Yeah.
game, but you could definitely cut back on some of the carries. The only thing with that is if you're going to cut back on the carries, you're gonna have to cut back on the carries as a whole, in my opinion. I'm talking about
Mhm.
the amount of times we run the ball. So what does that mean? Then that means we're gonna have to trust Sam Darnold just a little bit more that week. The week we decide to do it, or the multiple weeks we
Yeah.
decide to do it leading into the playoffs, because Cam Akers, man, listen, I like Cam Akers. Don't get me wrong. He's a C grade. He was a A grade type running back when he got drafted his first
Yeah.
year with the Rams. Like, he was damn near the next best thing smoking. You feel me?
Mhm.
Like, I mean, he was one of the best.
Yeah.
If not the best that year. That year he had where he really shined. But he's just not the same, man. He dances too much for me. He's undecisive on when to hit the holes. He has a little bit of power and looks like it, but I mean, my
Yeah.
thing with a running back, man, I like a guy that got the vision, man. You gotta know when to hit them holes, man. And I feel like we've been having a little bit too much tap dancing lately with our running
Mhm.
back room, man. I don't like it, man. I'm liking Gentry, man. Give me that boy. That boy don't hesitate. That boy get that ball. That boy running. You hear me? Like, we need
Yeah.
that boy on our team, man. Let's go. But
Yeah,
no,
and
Aaron Jones a beast though, and he's a big piece of our success. He's had
mhm.
a still a good season this season, and I think there's more to come. So yeah, rest him up, man. Don't run him in the hole, man. He older. He
Yeah,
older.
and KLC kinda pointed to this, in the post-game press conference, to where when it did get to those 3rd and inches or 3rd and ones and everything, we decided to do the QB sneak instead. They said
Yeah,
they're trying to avoid running between the guards or running between the tackles because of Jeffrey Simmons, because of, was it Devondre Sweat, the rookie out of
yeah,
Texas?
yeah,
Both of those guys are ballers, so
yeah,
he made it a point of emphasis to say, "Look, I'm not gonna run Aaron Jones up the middle and into these guys. We're just gonna QB sneak it." And it worked. Thank God
yeah,
it worked.
yeah,
But Kelsey's making it an emphasis, and I don't think it's just for Tennessee. I think it's just in general this whole
yeah.
season that I mean, when's the last time you really saw us run between the tackles or run right up
What
the
was
middle?
that? What were those couple last plays about? That was some bullshit. Now that I think about it, why were we running the ball? Why didn't we just kneel the ball?
Oh
Like
yeah, I don't
the
know.
last couple play, what was that shit? Who in the chat knows,
Yeah,
man? Like, what was that shit
yeah,
about?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Like,
And
you running, I mean, I mean, they going 100% too. Like, that could be an injury right there,
yeah.
like on some shit that don't even matter. Like, you could have just kneeled the ball. Yeah, what, -1 yards or whatever? Take it, bro.
Yeah, I don't know if it was because they were using their timeouts or not, but yeah,
Nah,
I
because
don't know.
it was set up to the point where the game was in the bag. Like, even if they
Yeah,
used their timeouts, like you could have kneeled at the 4th down or whatever. It was still,
mhm,
regardless, the game was over. I don't know
yeah,
why the fuck he was running the shit. I'm like, yo, what's going on with that shit, Dave? Boy, that shit crazy.
yeah, no, that was kinda weird, most
That was a
definitely.
little weird. I was watching that shit like, yo, what the fuck?
Um, One injury we do kinda gotta worry about, and I think this plays a big part in our run game, is Josh Oliver left the stadium in a walking boot. They said he was walking, he was under his
Who,
own
Josh
power and
Oliver
everything.
did?
Yeah,
Oh,
Josh
damn.
Oliver left the stadium in a walking boot, I guess messed up his ankle or something, but, I mean, outside of just the run blocking he brings to the team, these past 3 games, he's been really good. So, this game, 3 receptions, 34 yards, I believe one of those was a really big 3rd down play that he converted, but
Mhm.
that'll hurt us if we're not able to
Yeah,
have Josh Oliver, especially against this Bears team where we know this game is going to be mucky and ugly. You got to be able to run the ball.
yeah,
So if we're without Josh Oliver, that's going to be a hit to this team. So that's one thing to look after. I don't know how serious it is, but it's probably just a sprained ankle. Let's see how long that kind of lingers for Josh Oliver. But that would be a big hit for this offense if Josh Oliver is not able to go. That's a big key to this run offense for sure.
yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna take away from that. I think it is. I think it'd be a big deal. I don't think it's a make or break
Mhm.
deal. It's but
Yeah,
not
yeah,
this week at least, but it is a big deal because he has, like you said, that man has been shit. He damn near been tight end one the past couple
yeah,
weeks, like for sure, playing like one too. I'm talking about catching, blocking,
yeah,
all that. You know what I'm
yeah. He's
saying?
been
Yak.
balling.
Yeah, no, he been balling, man. So shout out to him, man. another feather in Kwesi's cap, man, going out and getting him, because a lot of
Yeah.
people, including myself, were kind of scratching their head when we went out
Mhm.
and got Josh Oliver. It was like, why? Like, why did you do that? You know what I mean? Because I think at the time we got him, there was nothing wrong with TJ Hawkinson or anything like that. I think it was just one of those, let's just go get a random ass tight end. And it was like, what the hell? But hey, man,
Yeah.
it turned out, man. Good dude, man, for sure. I'm glad. I'm glad he in
Yeah.
purple.
Yes, keep it on that, guys. Josh Oliver, big part of this offense. But moving on to our next segment, we got 7 games left in this regular season. We are at week 12 now? If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, week 12
Yeah,
now.
week 12, yeah.
So we got 7 games remaining on the schedule. 4 of those games are divisional games. 2 of those are going to be against the Bears, starting with this upcoming game in Chicago this Sunday. But this isn't an easy schedule. This is a difficult schedule. The Bears is probably, quote unquote, if you want to say, the easiest game remaining on these 7 games. But we're just going to give our prediction on these last 7 games. I wish Randy was here so he can actually go over this. But,
Yeah,
we might kind of regroup and go back to it next week as well. But,
yeah.
man, starting with the Bears this Sunday. We'll do it real quick. We're not going to go into too much
Yeah, we
detail.
won't we won't go into too much yapping about why. We'll
Yeah,
just kinda see
we'll
how we
go into
feel.
detail with Randy next week.
Right, there we go.
But first game at Chicago Sunday, win or loss?
I gotta win. And real quick, before I ain't gonna yap about it, but I will say this. I think that this is a blowout game for us, man. I
Ooh,
feel it,
okay.
man. You know what I mean? Hey, look, I know we say we're gonna make it interesting. Vikings gonna keep it close, man. Fuck that. I think it's going down this Sunday, man. We partying hard at the
Yeah.
pep rally, man. Pull up. You know what I'm saying? We beating shit down. This weekend right here, we beating them down. You feel me? We winning by 3 or more touchdowns, man. Book it. Yeah, let's go.
Okay. Well, I see a win, but I think it's gonna be a real close, ugly win.
Yeah.
The way the Bears have lost what the last game against the Packers with the blocked field goal.
Yeah.
The game against the
Hail
Commanders, what was
Mary.
that? 2 or
Yeah.
3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Who did they play before that? Or before the Packers? They played somebody before the Packers and
They've really only gotten like beat down like one time, to be honest with you.
yeah.
Like, really
So
actually beat.
but what I'm saying is those games, the Hail Mary loss, the blocked field goal loss, that's something that just sucks the energy right out of your team. That just
Mhm.
all your confidence, all your motivation, everything is just drawn right out of you. And it's like, what the hell are we even doing this for anymore? So we got us, the Bears in a position to where we could really put a nail in the coffin to their season. They're obviously more than likely not making the playoffs, but they're still hanging around. They're still in the mix for that wild card playoff spot. Let's put a nail in the coffin and put them away for the season. So I think
Mhm.
the Vikings win this game, but it's going to be ugly. It's going to be low scoring, but the Vikings come out on top.
SK
Um,
got us like 10-13, like 10-13 type
uh,
of game. Oh
I'm going to
man.
say like 17-13, something like
Like, cause
that.
even
Be right
even
around.
even this last game with the Titans, like even though we won by 10 and we scored 23 points, for some reason
Mhm.
it still felt like a fucking 13-10 game low key in a
It
way.
did. It did.
It just felt like a 13-10. It just didn't feel like excite like the Texans game for example was just kind of
Yeah.
like shit lit the San Fran game. Like it was just
Yeah.
lit. It was lit. You know what I mean? Like it was lit. We was doing our thing, man. We need another one of them shit. I'm
But I
sick of
also
it.
think it goes hand in hand with the quality of team that you're playing.
Yeah.
Going into that Niners game, we're hyped. Like we weren't. I mean, I felt like we were gonna win, but at the
Yeah.
same time, it's like okay, if the Niners beat us, that's a good. Well, at the time, it's a really good team. It's an NFC champions from last year. Like if we lose, I wouldn't be surprised. Same with the
Mhm.
Texans game. Texans were kind of sought after going into the season of, oh, this is a team that can win the AFC. This is a team that can top the Kansas City Chiefs. And when you go out there and you put a whooping on them like we did, 31-7, then you're like, oh, okay, that's right. Because let's not forget that San Francisco game final score was what 23-17 or 23-16 or somewhere along those lines. So it wasn't this high scoring crazy game, but the quality of opponent will add that extra kind of sense of excitement and make the game that much more interesting. But next game, we go back to Minnesota. We got 3 home games in a row, starting with the Arizona Cardinals, the NFC West leading Arizona Cardinals. Who you got in that game?
It's crazy, man. This is a game that actually have us losing, bro. Are they coming to the bank though?
Yeah.
Oh no, never mind. I'm sorry. They're coming to the bank. I have us winning the game because they are coming to the bank. I thought that was a away game. I'm thinking of something else because and the reason why is because if for y'all that don't know, we played them 2 years ago, I believe. I think we played them we played them in 2022, and the big conversation was, it's kind of like the 49ers. The Arizona Cardinals haven't won in Minnesota for like over 10 to 12 years now, probably more like 12 years now. And I think it's like 10 and we're 11-0. We're 11-0 against the Arizona Cardinals playing in Minnesota. Yeah. Okay. So if we beat them this time, it'll be 12-0. So like, we just have their number. It's just one of those things, just like the 49ers, bro. Mm-hmm. They come to Minnesota, they just can't fucking win. They guys don't know.
Those NFC West teams, man.
Yeah, I got us winning.
I have us beating the Cardinals too. I think that this one's a little bit more high scoring than obviously the Bears game is. But I still have us coming out on top at home against the Cardinals. Going to be a tough one, though. I think the Cardinals are actually a good team. Next game, December 8th. This is the big one. This is one we wanted in prime time. And, side note, before we get to that one, that Cardinals-Vikings game, I think, is a candidate to be flexed to Monday night. I don't think it will, but they said it's a candidate to get flexed to Monday night if they do decide to flex. Not next week, but the following week's Monday night game. Okay. I think it's the Browns and the somebody else that's not very good. I don't know who it is. But going on to our next game, Kirk Cousins and the Atlanta Falcons come and visit Minnesota December 8th.
Yeah, we winning that.
Winning that?
Yeah, we winning that.
Better not pick Kirk.
Yeah, we gotta win that. I mean, and the reality is, man, the Falcons just look ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Yeah. Like, listen, they're gonna be mid. You feel me? Like, just like we all knew they would, because that is the Kirk Cousins way. Now, listen.
They look really inconsistent.
We're not gonna sit here and talk about Kirk Cousins, but that is a Kirk Cousins record. These motherfuckers is 500, just like they should be. Like, just like we knew they was gonna be. You feel me? That's just what it is, man. He will win a game and then turn around and drop a dud and lose for your ass. And that's just what it's going to be. He might win 2. And then if he do that, he going to drop 2. That's just what it is, man.
I think it's going to be a great game. I think it's a really good matchup. Yeah. But that crowd is going to be crazy.
That's going to be the most exciting game this season, I think.
They are going to be crazy, especially if the Falcons are able. I think they have a bye this week. If they can come out of their bye, get a win, and they can get some type of momentum going into that game, I think it makes it that much bigger. But I think it's going to be a really good game. But I think the U.S. Bank Stadium crowd is just going to be way too crazy.
Oh, yeah.
And they're going to be on Kirk's neck.
Are we wearing the jersey? Is that the game we're wearing the whiteouts too?
No.
We're doing that against the Bears.
Yeah, the following game against the Bears.
They should have did that against the Falcons. They tripping.
Yeah, no, I think they wanted to do it as close to Christmas as they could. Yeah. And the closest game we have to Christmas that's a home game is that Bears game. Right. So that makes sense. Yeah. I have us beating the Falcons again. Another close one, but that home crowd makes the difference. I could see us winning by 1 or 2, 3 points. It's going to be a really close game. And the next game closing out the homestand is against the Bears again, December 16th. This is the whiteout game, like Rap mentioned before. Who you got in Minnesota? Whiteout. Winter whiteouts.
Damn, I low-key got us going undefeated, man. Dead ass. I low-key don't see us losing no more. For real, I low-key got us going undefeated. You feel me? Nah, but I do believe we're probably going to lose one against the Bears. So I'll give the Bears this. Okay. It's going to be one of them heartbreaking, at the crib. at the crib. We're gonna be we're strapping up for the playoffs because we definitely making at least the 7th seed, if anything, at worst. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we'll be getting ready for the playoffs and we'll drop one. But we, as Vikings fans, we'll talk about it for a week, but we're not gonna be super upset because we know that we gotta lace up and get ready for the dance. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
For me, I feel like we dropped one to the Bears too, but I'm actually gonna flip-flop them. I'm gonna change my pick.
Like
I
got us
say
losing this Sunday.
yeah, I think we're gonna
Yeah.
lose this Sunday in Chicago. I hate
Yeah.
to say it, guys. You can,
Yeah.
throw
No, it is what
stones
it
at
is.
me
It
all
is
you
what it
want,
is.
but
It is what it
I
is.
think we might drop this one in Chicago this week, but I don't see us losing that winter whiteout game. I
Yeah.
just don't. Like, there's gonna be a lot of hype in that stadium. We're
Yeah.
debuting the new, not just the new jerseys, the new white helmets too. Like, there's
Yeah,
just gonna be
you can't go out there slipping with that shit.
yeah, you're just
Yeah.
gonna have extra energy breaking in those brand new uniforms and helmets.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think we take them out in Minnesota on December 16th. I think we fall to the Bears in a really close, low scoring, disappointing game this Sunday. So
Yeah.
sorry. But hey, we win. I'll eat crow. I'll be perfectly fine with that. And I wouldn't be surprised. But next game, and we finish off the season with 3 really tough games. That Seahawks in Seattle, December 22nd. This is a late game as well.
Yeah, this game gonna be tough, man.
It's
Like,
gonna be real tough in Seattle too.
yeah, this is the game that I really am not a fan of, to be honest with you,
Mhm.
man, because I hate Seattle, bruh. Like, I
Yeah,
just be feeling like the Vikings always struggle with Seattle. I don't care.
always,
Like, we
always.
always struggle with Seattle, bro. Like, Seattle that's gonna be a tough game.
Yeah.
I mean, can we win the game? Yes, we can absolutely win the game, but do I see us winning it? Probably not. Yeah, I'll put us down as an L for that.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna say that's where we take our L2 in Seattle. That's
Yeah,
just a tough game.
yeah, that's
And
fair.
Seattle's not that we're not hungry for a win here. I think that's a game where Seattle really needs a win,
Mm,
whether it's staying in the NFC West race or staying in the NFC playoff race. So I
yeah,
think they're really, really hungry for that win. Their home crowd's going to be going crazy. It's going to be a tough game. I think Seattle might squeak it out on us.
yeah.
So
Man, my chest be hurting when I say the Vikings are gonna lose, though, man.
no,
I
it
be feeling
does. Like
bad.
I don't feel right doing it, but I'm
I
trying.
gotta get in my Bob Swede bag, man. You know what I mean? Fuck it, we ain't
Yeah,
losing no more, man. Win, 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 win. God
I'm
damn it,
trying to be
Dubs.
unbiased. I'm trying to be unbiased.
Man, shit. I'm here to be biased, man. I'm a damn Vikings fan.
So
Nah, but
we both have them falling to Seattle,
yeah,
and
yeah,
then we go back to Minnesota to play the Green Bay Packers, which is another really big game. This could,
oh,
decide
yeah,
seeding factors. This could possibly decide the division, depending on
yeah.
how the Lions season goes as well. So this is
Mhm.
a really, really big game. Green Bay at Minnesota. Who you got?
I got the Vikings. I'm never picking Green Bay, man. I don't give a
Never,
damn. That one thing I'll never do. But in reality, though, I
never.
mean, they're not. I mean, it's winnable. I mean, we already beat them once. I mean, the chances of
Yeah.
us sweeping them are probably it's going to be a tougher game than the first one. I would say. I think
Mhm.
it's going to be like it's not going to be one of those games where we jump out ahead like we did and then they got to claw back. I think it'll be more because they're starting to click a little bit too, like as far as the receivers and stuff. I mean, Jordan
Yeah.
Love's kind of he's
Still
kind of
turning the ball
falling off
over.
a little bit though. Like I mean, yeah, he looks good, but he's
Yeah.
not like super elite. Yeah, he's not like at that elite level yet, like we
Nah.
thought. So I mean, it's a winnable game, man. I see us. We can definitely win that game, and it's at the bank.
Yeah.
Like we
Yeah.
already went to their house and spanked them. Now we get to bring them to the bank, and you know the crowd gonna be going crazy for that because that's the rivalry right there. So yeah,
Yep.
man, I can see us winning that. I can see us winning
Okay.
that.
Yeah, I got us winning that game too. The Packers haven't beat us when we have our legitimate week 1 starting quarterback. I believe it's been like 2 or 3 years. Last
Yeah,
year, we obviously had who started? Was it Jaron Hall that? No. Jaron Hall didn't start that
yeah, he
Packers
did. He
game.
started one Packers game. He started a
No,
Packers game.
he came in for that Packers game because that's a game Kirk got hurt. Remember in Lambeau?
Yeah, he came in. Yeah,
He
that's right.
came
This
in for
last
Kirk.
drive. Yeah, yep,
So
yep,
I
yep.
think It wasn't. I don't think Dobbs started the Green Bay game. It might have been Mullins.
Might have been Mullins, yeah.
Might have been Mullins.
All I know is
Um,
when Sean Mannion started a couple
oh
years ago.
god,
Oh my
that
gosh.
was fucking
Boy,
atrocious.
that game was boy, listen, man, that was on a Monday night too, wasn't it? I think it was on like a Monday night or a Sunday night, man. Oh my god.
Yeah, yeah. It was. I think it was Sunday night. It was really bad.
Oh,
Sean fucking
that
Mannion.
shit. Yeah,
Jesus.
Sean fucking Mannion.
But yeah, I
Sean
think we take
fucking
care of the
Mannion.
Packers at home.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
then the big one. This is the big. This could be not only for the divisional
The
championship.
marbles.
This could be for the number 1 seed
Yeah,
if
it's for the
things go the
marbles.
way we kind of plan them going. Because right now we have them at 12-4 before the Lions game with the games
Mhm,
that we predict.
mhm,
So the Lions would have to lose 2 games at least
mhm,
for it to set up for us, having a chance at the number 1 seed and at the
mhm.
NFC North title. But it's in Detroit. The time is to be determined, so it might be a Saturday game, it might be a Sunday game. We don't know yet.
Right.
But at Detroit against the Lions, right now, I hate to say it, the best team in the NFL right now. They're playing like it. Who you got?
No, that's a fact. That's a fact. I got us winning the game. Imma keep it real with you. The way they're playing, man, like if I'm just going based off of who they're playing, I know we can look at their schedule and say, well, they got this game and that game. If I'm just gonna go off of how they're playing, it doesn't matter who's on their schedule, to be honest with you, because if they playing the way they playing, I don't think too many teams really fucking with them, to keep it real. But we are
Yeah.
one of those teams. Like we are one of those teams that can, and we showed that in the first matchup, being a coin flip. So can we beat them? Yes, I think we're going to beat them this game due to the fact of, I said all that to say, I think they're gonna already be just sewed up, bro, and they're gonna sit
Yeah.
their starters. You know what I mean? Like it could be for the marbles, it could be like, and I'm
Yeah.
hoping it is, but I think we have a better. I think the percentage of us dropping one of our games
It's
is
bigger than
dropping
theirs.
another game, because we'll drop another game before they tend to drop 2 games or drop a
Yeah.
game. You know what I mean? I just don't see. I think we're gonna end in second place. They're gonna have one less loss than us. All right. But
Okay.
then we can see them in the playoffs. Like,
Mhm.
I'll take that. Let's see them in the playoffs, man. Throw all the records out the door. Hey, it's in the playoffs, man. Let's get it popping. I'm with it. You know what I mean? So it's not gonna be over. So listen, we get the win because they're sitting their starters, and then we run into them, and hopefully we run into them in like the NFC Championship game or some bullshit. You never know.
Yeah. No, so I'm looking at their schedule here, and their schedule is not a cupcake
It's
schedule
not cupcake.
for
Yeah, it's
any.
really not. Yeah.
So they have the Colts coming up, which I think the Colts, I don't think they're gonna beat the Lions,
I'm
but
about
I
to say,
think
come on now,
that
don't do
that
that.
that's gonna be a tougher game than what people are thinking is gonna be.
Bro.
They just
What?
came off of beating the Jaguars 52-6. They just blew out a team. I think that game's gonna be closer than what people think. And I don't know
So
what
so
this
when you say close, what do you mean? One score?
I'm trying to see what the spread is on
Because
that
I'm gonna
game.
tell you right now, the Lions are beating their ass at least by 2 touchdowns, bro. The Colts, they beating them by 2 touchdowns. I think what we're like, and trust me, it hurts me to try to glaze the Lions. Although, out of all the teams in the NFC North, the Lions are like our little brother, and put them in there, give them a knuckle sandwich and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like these motherfuckers ain't been good in so long. It's like, let's
Yeah.
let them have their little moment. You know what I mean? So, but I'm gonna tell you, boy, look here. I see them beating the hell out the Colts at least by 2 touchdowns, at least, bro, on the
So
slight tip.
so the spread is 8 points for that
Exactly.
game.
Exactly.
But that's Vegas saying the same thing though.
But
That's
that's
Vegas
big for
saying the same
NFL
thing.
though. But you think that's big in NFL? Is it in Indianapolis?
It is. Yeah, it's in Indianapolis.
So think about that. It's really 12 points or 11
And look,
points. It's really
and look,
11 points.
don't hold me to it, y'all. And if y'all put money on this game, don't come and hunt me down. I don't think the Lions cover. I don't think they cover in this game.
What?
I think it's an actually tough game. Lions will win. But I think the Colts give them a tough
Let me
matchup.
ask you something
I
real
really
quick.
do.
Let me ask you something real quick. You saw how we ran on the Indianapolis Colts. Did we do good? Did we run? Did we run a little bit on them? I know they got two big boys up in the front, but with Buck,
No, we didn't run very good. I'll pull up the numbers right now, but we didn't.
because that right there is going to determine. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, when you talk about a running game, bruh, that's one
Yeah.
thing I gotta give the Lions. And then you have one of the quarterbacks where Jared Goff, his strong suit is play action, like it's a perfect
Mhm.
blend. That's why they're hitting on all cylinders. Like,
Yeah, well, Colts, we ran for 133 yards on the Colts.
I'm telling you, bro.
Aaron Jones went for 64 yards. Cam Akers went for 46. Sam Darnold added another 14 to that.
Okay.
So I'm not saying I won't be surprised if the Lions blow them out, but I won't be surprised if this game is really, really tight and the Colts make it interesting.
Yeah.
Won't be surprised.
Yeah.
But after the Colts, they have the Bears in Detroit, which that's Thanksgiving actually. Which the Lions, I think they're gonna absolutely
Demolish these
demolish
motherfuckers
it,
on
especially
Thanksgiving.
on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, they mopping their
Thanksgiving,
ass.
yeah, Thanksgiving before the Lions were good. Thanksgiving
Mhm.
was the Lions Super Bowl, and they
Yeah, no,
always
they
go out, no
mopping.
matter how bad of a team they were, they
They
always went
played
out
good
and
on
they balled.
Thanksgiving. Yeah.
Always. And then after the Bears game, they have the Packers in Detroit. That is a Sunday night game. And then after that, they have the Bills in
Which that's
Detroit.
gonna be the game they can drop.
That's going to be very interesting. Then they have the Bears again in Chicago. This could be really mucky, ugly weather, but I think that tends to favor the Lions because of their run game.
Yeah.
So, but you never know. Again,
Never
these
know.
divisional games,
They get nasty. Yeah,
they get nasty, they get ugly, and they can end up in weird ways. After that, now this one, it all depends on where this team ends up at
The
this
Niners.
period. The Niners. So if the Niners are healthy and they're still in the playoff mix here, this is gonna be a really interesting game. Really, really interesting game. I could see it either going the Lions absolutely blowing them out from what they did to them in the NFC Championship last year, and they still remember that. Because if you kind of realize how Dan Campbell kind of coaches his team up and gets them motivated, they remember little things like that.
Oh, he gonna have that on. That's gonna definitely be on the bulletin board.
They remember little things like that to
that's
where we were up 24-7 at the half. We were this far away from being in the Super Bowl. Oh yeah, like no, it's either gonna be an ass whooping or the Niners might pull off the win in that. And then obviously the last game of the season, Vikings Lions. So if we're looking at the games that they could possibly lose here, it's the Bills, possibly the Packers, and the 49ers. The 49ers are our kind of best chance at, if they drop two of those games and we win the games that we kind of predicting that we're going to win, then that week 18 matchup will be for probably not only the NFC North title, but also the number 1 seed.
I think this is the thing. I think we're gonna have to go undefeated and win out. Like we'll have to win out, and then I think the Bills. I see a scenario where the Bills can knock them out. Because if the Bills are playing like they playing now, hey, look here. Look here. Them boys balling right now. I'm gonna tell you right now, Josh Allen said, fuck y'all, I'm sick of y'all. Like, because usually he does this type of stuff at the beginning of the season, and then towards the end of the season, he starts to taper off. This year, he said, fuck you. I'm finna start balling now. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he's been actually playing pretty consistent when you're talking about the turnovers that we're used to seeing.
Playing like MVP. He's playing like MVP.
Like the way he put that team on his shoulders against the Chiefs and made that run, that is MVP status. He deserves to win that, based off of how he plays, which for the rest of the season, which I think he's going to play good because he's a good quarterback, man. This dude's a fucking beast, bro. Like for sure. Like, and he deserves it, man. I would love to see the Bills. I'm not going to say get to the Super Bowl and win one before us because, they're the AFC version. I know the Chargers. But we want to get one before him. But one of my good friends is a Bills fan. And I said, man, that is the Super Bowl America needs. You know what I mean? Like, is the Vikings and Bills, man. Somebody
that would heal this country. That would heal this country,
man. That would heal this country for sure. Could you imagine the fan bases coming together watching that game going to that Super Bowl, bruh?
Man, oh man. But
Woo-wee.
yeah, no,
so
and I've always been very critical of Josh Allen, and specifically for turning the ball over and turning the ball over in crucial moments in games. So,
but he's
I
fixed that.
mean, yeah, he's
so far.
fixed that. I got to give it up to the guy.
Yeah.
He's playing like an MVP right now. He's playing like an elite quarterback, in my opinion. So, yeah, that's going to be a really tough game for the Lions. The Packers game is going to be really tough because let's remember how desperate some of these teams are going to be during that time of the year. Packers are going to be desperate for a win. Bills are definitely going to be desperate for a win. Now that they beat KC, they have a chance at the number 1 seed now. And obviously 49ers, if they're still in the mix, are going to be very hungry for a win. And again, this upcoming week, the Colts, they're hungry for a win. They are in the playoff mix in the NFC or in the AFC. So I believe they're the 7th or 8th seed right now. They're actually in the playoffs. So,
hey, Rich Gang looked good this weekend. Y'all stay. Hey, Rich Gang. Hey, that boy. Hey, shout out Kevin O'Connor. You know what? Real quick, our coach is even it was KOC. Our coach even has an effect on somebody else's quarterback, man. You know what I'm saying? He gave him that inspiration at the end of that game. And that made, the energy just look different with Rich Gang this Sunday, man. You know what I mean? That's all he needed. He just need a real one to tell him he the truth. You know what I'm saying?
A little shot of confidence.
Little shot of confidence, man. He might be a Viking sooner than later. I'm all right with that.
Yeah, stop it. Pump the brakes.
Let me stop, man. We got 9, man. We got 9. Yeah,
man. we got 9.
I'm excited for 9, man.
So yeah, man. Remaining schedule, very interesting. We could find ourselves in a lot of different scenarios. So it's gonna be definitely interesting.
We got to do our picks, but I was thinking Randy's not here, but we need to have him send us. We'll text him the games, and we'll have Randy send us his picks. Yeah,
for sure. And he can't even bask in today. Randy did good this week, guys.
Randy did good this week, and he can't even, you know what I mean?
He can't even brag. He's not.
Randy called in sick today, man. He had to use PTO today, man.
Yeah, he had to use the PTO for sure. I mean, in my opinion, if you ain't here, then I don't think it counts. That's just me.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Like for sure, he got to be
taking back. We're taking back those picks, Randy. We're taking those back.
Yeah.
But going over last week's game picks. Baltimore at Pittsburgh. Randy was the only one to pick Pittsburgh in that one. KC at Buffalo. Me and Randy picked Buffalo. Atlanta at Denver. Randy was the only one to pick Denver. Green Bay at Chicago. We all went with Green Bay. Cincinnati at the Chargers. Randy got it with the Chargers. So he's making his progress. Washington at Philadelphia. That's the one he missed. Me and Rap went with Philadelphia, unfortunately. And then obviously Minnesota at Tennessee. We all went Minnesota. So Randy went 6-1 last week, which is very good. I went 4-3 and Rap 2-5, my guy. Ooh. I thought last week felt like 7-0 again, Doug. What happened?
Damn. I hope y'all ain't listen to R.A. Peasy last week, man. Your ass would have lost some money, man. Look at it, man. Bet responsibly. You hear me? Listen to Rap responsibly when it comes to these other teams. Because again, I'm going to tell you, we going to give you some bullshit analysis on other teams. Listen to us when it comes to the Vikings. But the other teams, I don't fucking know nothing about them. I can care less.
So, bringing our totals, I'm still in first place. I'm still hanging on here. 49-28. Rap barely holding on to second place here, 45-32.
Let's go.
And Randy with the late push, 43-34, just 2 games behind Rap and just 6 games behind myself. So Randy's making some progress here, man. It's gonna be a tight race. And remember, loser has to wear some type of costume or dumb hat or something for our last show of the football season. So don't be the loser here. I think I'm in good shape. So it looks like it's between Rap and Randy here.
Shit, you could fall off though now.
All right, so let's get to this week, man. Let me pull up the games from this week. I believe we got some good ones again too. So let me see. Get some shout outs while I'm pulling that up.
Man. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Shout out Bob for being active tonight, man. Mark, Phil, Bob, man. Too Evil was in the building, man. Shout out to Evil Gil. I see you, man. Appreciate you for sure. Ryan was good with you, man. Appreciate you tapping in with us tonight, man. We appreciate everybody, man. We got 70 people in the building, man. So shout out to everybody, man, for sure that's supporting us, man. This is lit. We ain't got our boy here, but it's all right though, man. He'll be back next week.
It's not the same, but we hold it down. We hold it down.
You know I'm saying we sorry for the ones who pulled up just to see, the superstar realistic Randy, man. It is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
Man. Yeah, we got some ugly games this weekend outside of a couple. So we're gonna have quite a few toilet bowls.
Vang in the building. Shout out Vang.
So, first matchup, let's go. Cardinals at Seahawks. This is for first place in that division as well.
All right, Cardinals at Seahawks. I'm sending the text too as we do them. All right, so I'm gonna go with the Seahawks on this one.
Okay.
Go the Seahawks.
I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go Seahawks too. Just it's in Seattle. That's a tough one.
Y'all drop y'all's in the chat too, man. Let's see what the vibes like, man. Drop it in the chat, man. You drop the abbreviation. Let's see. Cards, okay. All right, Bob know his shit. You know what I'm saying? Bob know his shit. Next one,
we got 49ers at Green Bay.
All right, so and that was in Seattle, right?
That was in Seattle, yep.
I got for that, I'm gonna go with the Niners, man. Green Bay always messes. They can never be. The 49ers got Green Bay's card, bro. Like for sure. They own them motherfuckers. For real. Like, literally. I'm going Niners. They own Green Bay. Like literally.
I'm going Green Bay in
Let's
Green Bay.
Go.
Going Green Bay in Green Bay.
Let's go.
Next one, we have the Eagles traveling to LA to face the Rams Sunday night.
Ooh, that's gonna be actually a good game.
It's gonna be a good one.
Philly.
I gotta go Philly, man. I hate it. I freaking hate it so much because you know how much I hate the Eagles, but I don't see the Rams.
I'm going
down Saquon.
I'm gonna go.
Saquon's too good.
Yeah, I'm going Philly too. Yeah, I'm gonna go Philly.
All right. Next game, let's go. I think this is going to be a good game, even though the records may not kind of show it. Broncos at the Raiders.
No, Broncos, hey, real quick, SK, man, we've been talking shit about Bo Nix, but Bo Nix looking good than a motherfucker, boy. Hey, that little bastard can play, ain't it? Hey, I'm going Broncos, boy. That is not no good game. Broncos about to dog walk them motherfuckers. I'm going Denver.
I'm going Denver too. I think it's gonna be a close game. It's gonna be a tight.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Las Vegas, man, they in the Shador Bowl, man. And I'm gonna tell you, Shador, every time the Raiders lose, if y'all notice, there's some shit on Twitter where every time the Raiders lose, Shador's he tweets, thank God, or thank you God. He's done it every week that the Raiders have lost. So trust me, there's something that he wants to go to Vegas, man. He wants to be a Raider.
All right, one more. Oh, we got two more kind of toilet bowls. Titans at Texans. I'm going Texans here. Titans at Texans.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, that ain't even. All right, yeah, that ain't
I'm telling. There's not very many games to choose from here. Last one before we get to the big one. We can either do. We either got Cowboys and Commanders or Steelers and Browns. I think Steelers and Browns might be a better one, right?
Yeah, because the Cowboys looking kind of. All right, what are the Cowboys doing right now, man? What's the score? They getting their ass whooped?
Last I checked, Texans had already scored, and that was like 2 minutes into the game. So yeah, I haven't really checked.
All right, I'm gonna go Steelers though for sure. Steelers are on a roll.
Yeah.
Steelers are dead. Steelers are sneaky, like on the low key tip. Nobody's really talking about the Steelers, but I'm gonna tell you, bro, they one of the best teams in the NFL right now. At least they're playing like that. They're 8-2, bro. Like the Steelers, literally, ever since Russell Wilson been started, they 4-0. Like motherfucker
Yeah.
tripping on Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson out there
Yeah,
putting
he's
them boy
doing
on
his
his
thing.
back.
So, all right, and that leads us to the big one: Minnesota at Chicago.
Oh, you did have us losing earlier. Now you gonna stick to that or what?
Hey man, I hate to do it, but I guess I'm breaking the trend here, and I'm going Chicago. No. Fuck that. Fuck that. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah, you can't.
I just
Fuck
can't
that.
bring myself.
If
to
it
do
happens, you can
I
say I
can't do
kind
it.
of knew that was gonna happen, but you can't.
Yeah.
Fuck
Yeah,
that.
I
I'm
could
going
say I
purple.
had a feeling. I could say I had
Yeah.
a feeling.
I'm
That's it.
going purple. Hell, you talking about? I wish I
Yeah,
would
I
pick
just
the
can't.
motherfucking Bears. Yeah, Vikings all day, baby. Let's go. You know what I'm saying?
I just can't. So yeah, man. We'll also get Randy's picks too. So we'll
Yeah,
be
I
sure
already
to-
I got him. I texted just now, so he'll
Okay,
be
so
able
he
to
can-
be able to make his picks and text them in, and then we'll be able to read them off. So
Okay, cool. So yeah, we'll be sure to do that. We'll have proof of it, so we know Randy's not cheating. He'll get his game picks in before.
yeah, for sure.
But yeah, man. Anything you want to leave the people with before we get out of here?
Man, dog, just thank you, man. Another great Monday show, man. I love these Mondays, man. You know, most people look at Mondays like, it's Monday. But, you know, for everybody that taps in with us all the time, man, talks Viking football, we appreciate y'all. You know, hey, Monday, a good day for me. Why? Because we get to sit here and talk Vikings football and kick it with y'all, man, every Monday, man. And this shit has been a fun ride, man. And what's really going to be sad is when the season's over, how we're gonna go about this. Now we are behind the scenes. We're gonna definitely put something together where we're just not dead for 9 months or whatever the case may be. But you know,
we talk about some bullshit.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely look forward to seeing how we keep this thing operating, man. But we still got some weeks left. You know, still got some football left. Real quick, man. Randy just put his picks in. So
he's got
go ahead,
Arizona.
SK, you read them off. Yeah.
He's got Arizona, so he's going against us on the Arizona-Seattle tip. He's got the 49ers.
Okay.
He's got the Rams.
Okay.
And he's got the Broncos.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's got the Texans.
Yeah.
And then he's got Pittsburgh. And then obviously Minnesota.
Yep.
So
there we go, man. Randy has spoke, man. See, he's still behind the scenes, man. Yeah, I'm saying he's still putting in work. Yeah, I mean, he working half a day.
Yeah,
a little half a day.
PTO,
man. Yeah, man. Shout out to everybody, man. We appreciate y'all, man. And Skull Vikes. Stay tuned in. Vocal Vike, man. Go subscribe over there. You might make sure y'all tapped in with my boy SK on X and all that, man. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
On everything, man. Just stay tapped in with us, man. It's gonna be a fun week, man. It's Bears week. You know what I mean? Let's beat the hell out of the motherfucker, man. Why not be the Bears? You feel me?
Hopefully it's not ugly. Hopefully it's not ugly.
Hopefully
just
it's not
ugly for them.
For sure, man.
But yeah, if you don't already, guys, make sure to hit that subscribe button here on YouTube. And go ahead and hit that follow button on Spotify. You can always look us up on Spotify, Purple Parlor. And then also follow us on all other social media platforms. That includes Instagram, Purple Parlor 1, and then on TikTok is where we post all of our shorts at Purple Parlor 4. So be sure to hit those follow and those subscribe buttons so you can stay all in the mix of your Purple Parlor content, man. We appreciate each and every one of you guys tapping in. Until next Monday, hey, I'm looking forward to being 9-2. That's all I gotta say. 9-2.
Big nines.
Big nines. But you already know it's your boy SK. Rap Realistic Randy will be back next week. This is the Purple Parlor. Till next Monday, y'all. Peace.
I'll let your boy.
I say the same. I say the same. I say the same.